Alrighty, welcome in everyone. We're getting ready to watch this video here on the Helios, the power of the almighty Helios. And this is we'll just consider this my personal review based on what I have seen with this Legion unit. I believe this Legion unit is a bit overclocked, a little bit too strong, and maybe needs a little bit of nerfing. So we've got these mexes. This is something actually kind of cool about Legion that not everyone may not know. And that's the fact that the Legion mex gives you 7 energy and a little bit less metal. I believe it is like 0.7 or something in the total metal production. It just produces a little bit less metal compared to your standard mechs. Now, one benefit though is the fact that because these mexes produce energy, it means that you will never have them go to a low power mode, which means that they will always be running. So one strategy I find that's very useful with Legion is to push very, very hard to try and get as many of your mexes as early as possible, because there is no real downside to building more mexes. You're just constantly producing more energy, constantly producing a little bit more metal, and you have to compensate for the fact that you have reduced metal income. Now, this is where you're going to be seeing my build pattern. Here we have 5 Helios tanks and 1 Legion construction vehicle, and we're going to have this on repeat. Now my commander's going out to capture mexes here, and this is just to kind of showcase some of the things that may need to change for the Legion faction here. The Helios, I believe, is the most overclocked unit in the Legion faction at this moment. I may be wrong. There might be some of you, if you have a different opinion, leave that down in the comments. Let me know what you think. But me personally, I believe it is the Helios, just how overclocked it appears to be on occasion. Anyway, getting some good mechs upgrades across the front here, capturing all those metal positions. And you know, with opening vehicles, honestly, it's a little bit tough to get your mexes up quite as fast, because just metal is sucked out of your possession so rapidly because of how expensive most vehicles are, and then also the energy cost that's tied to those as well. You can see that the person we're going up against, Parsi, actually, I think he's not technically in our lane. Yeah, he's in the center here. Parsi is a relatively new player. And then we also have a Sober Rain, maybe is how you're supposed to pronounce it. He is going to be the Cortex faction, and he is pumping out grunts and has built a couple LLT defenses as well. Now I kind of feel bad for Soberine here, because he doesn't know what to expect, I think, with Legion. And he is 19 OS, but he's relatively new to the game. He's got 3 chevrons, so this isn't necessarily like me showing off my skills or anything. It's me, and more, I just want to show you this game because of the powerful uses of Helios and how we use them in this game. Anyway, we got a couple of them out now, and we're just keeping an eye on where everything is at currently, making sure that no one's pushing into our rear areas, and that our expansions, because we have this guy going for mexes here, we have our expansions growing, and we want to make sure that they are protected. Now, I believe I should be having another Legion construction vehicle coming up soon. I probably should have built a build turret here first, but I don't think we end up overflowing at all. Anyway, these goblins are shut down rapidly, very easily, with the help of a couple tanks there as well from JT Snake. And the goblins are lining up very cheap units and have a really good range I'm not sure if anyone's ever like noticed, is the goblin better against ticks than other units? I'm not really sure, but they are relatively unique in the fact that they have such long range, and I find that's quite similar with a lot of the Legion units. Is the amount of range that they have is quite incredible. But you can see these Helios just absolutely eviscerating these goblins. They stood absolutely no chance. And we have a bunch of grunts piling up here with a Soberane. I don't know. Soberane is probably closer. The big challenge is going to be remembering how I pronounced it in the first place. We got Parsi up here and Snake going head to head. Parsi is in a kind of bad area because he's going to get sandwiched here relatively soon. Hey, Vladdy, welcome in. We're doing a YouTube video right now, actually. So Parsi getting some very bad damage from these Helios. And the nice thing about the range with the Helios is that they can attack commanders very, very effectively because they don't have to worry about being in D-gun range all that frequently. They can kind of poke from a distance and be in a relatively safe location. So we got excellent trades here against those grunts, and we got good metal reclaim after all of those wrecks came down, and also wiped out one of the centaurs that we got pushed down from Parsi here earlier. And Snake is getting good control of our center here, which is fantastic. And we also have a one Chev on our team, and he is just relatively new to the game, although he did figure out the space out command, which is very, very good. That is always a very big help for new players so that their windmills don't chain react. Anyway, pushing in on these Helios with these Helios once again, taking advantage of the range as much as I can. I like to try to use the fight command as much as possible because that keeps me at a distance that a lot of T1 units are not able to actually fight against. It's pretty powerful. I mean, the range is 340. There's very few other units that have anywhere close to 340. This is 230. Centaur is super small. The Janus, I think, is 380, so they can hit them. 350 is a standard tank. But this is the equivalent to a blitz tank, really. That's what it's designed to be similar to, is the blitz, but it has such massive range. And look at that damage. We had a pretty bad, like, honestly, I probably shouldn't have been able to kill him that fast. That was rapid decimation of his commander, and it's just incredible the amount of damage that these output. You can see at furthest distance it's 66 damage per second, which is about the same as like a plasma bot, but they have like a laser weapon which targets a lot better than plasma usually, so your shots are hitting much more frequently. And then as you get closer, the damage jumps up towards 135 damage per second, which is insane. And I don't think Soberane really knew how to deal with these guys. I would have probably gone for rocket bots against them, but even then, rocket bots can be easily put like chased down by the Helios because of the speed that they have. They travel at around 70 movement speed, which is pretty close to a pawn. I believe a pawn is close to 90 or something. I'll have to look and see what we got. Yeah, 80, 81. So the pawn's going to be a little bit faster than that. But yeah, it's comparable. It's a really quite a fast vehicle. There's not that many vehicles that have a similar speed as the Helios. But yes, quite a powerful unit. So if the devs ever come across this video, I would recommend tweaking down the range, I think, on these. I believe that's where they really shine, is the ability to use that mobility and stay out of the range of certain units, and then be able to, like, you know, abuse that a little bit too much. So I I'm not going to say that I've done a ton of testing with them per se, but I do find that most trades are extremely beneficial for the Helios. And so it's something that maybe we need to do a little bit of nerfing. You can see Sobering is very upset with the fact that he's getting stomped by these guys. So anyway, I would recommend a nerf. If you guys have a type of unit that you would like to see nerfed for the Legion faction, or maybe even some units that you think maybe need to be buffed for the Legion faction, I'm sure there's tons and tons of opinions out there. Please let me know in the comments below as well, and I will look into those units as well and maybe make a video on them. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We don't really have to watch the full decimation. This is basically game over here for our blue team as we start to collapse on all fronts, except for with our one chef commander over here. So yeah, the game is essentially over. But if you guys enjoyed, definitely be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Share the video with anyone who might enjoy it, or people who are maybe some Legion lovers, just to maybe get their opinions on the subject as well. Anyway, thank you all, and we will see you guys on the battlefield.